Welcome to Patty's Aquatics.
Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. My name is Adam and welcome to the fish room. So this is my dumpster fire of a fish tank. Let me explain. Now, lately I have been going around and showing you guys individual tanks, and I'm doing this downsizing project and revamping a few of my tanks, some minor changes, some a little bit more major, and really just tweaking them and kind of showing you guys more in depth tank for tank what I was doing, rather than just giving you like a vast fish room tour where I just kind of glance over each tank. Now, I had plans for this tank this morning where I was going to do a few things and show you guys, but quite honestly, before I get to that, I need to do a little bit of a backstory and show you the progress of really what is wrong with this tank. This is a 20 long, it's a dirted tank. It was the first dirted tank I ever set up, and it's been up for probably just about 6 years now. I have been having some issues with my plants and I believe the soil really running out of nutrients over time, which is something that happens with a lot of dirted tanks, no matter what people want to tell you. I decided to start putting these frozen soil cubes within the substrate. That was a few months ago. I put a few in there. I did see some more growth from my dorsage finally starting to pop up a little bit, but it's still very thin. My crypts were kind of thinning out, still are. I keep getting this algae along the top. It's been there since the very beginning of I had this tank. It does not go away. It's very ugly. But all that aside, I still was going to work with this tank. I still wanted to really revamp this tank into something cool because I do like dirted tanks. I think they have a lot of potential when it comes to plant growth, especially in those first year or so. But then I also had a malfunction in my heater in this tank not too long ago, and I can link that video above. What happened was I must have had an internal failure inside this old Higer heater that I had, and it basically off-gassed and created smoke coming up through the water, up through parts of it came out of the lid, and I thought it was my light at first, but it wound up being the heater. And I believe that gas, that smoke, wound up dissolving back into the water column because it devastated this tank. It killed every single shrimp that was in here. I don't have one shrimp left. I didn't have a vast population, but there was at least 30 of them. And then my Matano rice fish in here, these are rare rice fish from Indonesia. They have been dying one by one. They look not healthy. They look stressed. Like I said, they keep dying. I found another body back there just this morning covered in snails. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's back there anyway. I found another one just now looking. I see its tail like swimming around, head down over here, back into there, which you're not going to be able to see. And they just don't look healthy, and they keep dying. I think I have about 3 or so left in this tank. And yeah, I don't know what to do anymore. I've done water changes in here. I think they're just that stressed from what happened. It's created this, I don't know. Honestly, I'm at a loss. It's at that point, like, what do you do? Like, personally, like I said, I was going to come in here and do some work on this tank today to kind of make it revitalize a little bit and maybe open it up. I planned on taking a lot of the dorsage out on this side, especially, maybe all of it, and creating a little bit more of a rock pile so I can maybe add shrimp back in here for them and then try to open it up more for just the crypts. But then I started looking at my plants. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but like some of my crypts in the middle, if I can zoom in, maybe you can see or not, I don't know. Like the roots are deteriorating away from the soil even. And those are like the main mother stalks of it. It's really hard to see from here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in, but trust me, like it looks like the stem, like basically if you would put a stem plant in substrate and it just didn't root and it basically just started to deteriorate away and it's only holding on by like a thread or two from the substrate before it lets loose, that's what it looks like in there. A lot of those stems from that crypts in there just don't look right. And really, I'm at the point, it's like, why do I keep continually fighting to keep this tank going when it has been nothing but a headache lately? Like I said, the fish alone is just enough to make you want to throw your hands up. So I'm really at that point, like, what do I do with this tank then? Like, seriously, do I keep playing around and watching these fish die one after another? Keep pulling algae out of here because it's a gross mess. Watch the plants continue to just deteriorate, or do I make a change and throw my hands up and honestly, excuse my language, say F it, just start over, like nuke the dang thing and start over. I think that's where I'm at. I really think I'm at that point now where it's just I am going to say goodbye to the dirted tank experiment here and be done with it. It's just dirted tanks are awesome in the beginning. Some people are able to let them go long term. Like I said, this is 6 years. I think there's a lot more hype to it than there is actual reality when it comes to these tanks. A lot of people online will tell you how great their tanks are, but you don't ever see pictures of them, or that their tanks are less than a year old. You'd be surprised at some of the comments I get in some of my videos about people telling me how great their tanks are, their dirted tanks are, that it's the best thing ever. It beats any other style tank, but then you ask them how old their tanks are and they're less than a year old. Longevity is really what determines how well these tanks hold up, and this tank has been good up to about that 5-year mark, and then it started to deteriorate, and that's kind of where we're at today. And like I said, the fish problem, I do not believe that has anything to do with the dirt. That was a equipment malfunction that just stressed the crap out of those fish. I believe they're sensitive fish and just did not work out for them. Now, what do I plan on doing? Well, I'm going to rip it all out. I'm going to save those fish, though. I think I can put them in one of my 10 gallons where I can really keep a better eye on them. That way I can really see what's going on. Maybe there's something I can figure out if there's some type of medication or something. I don't think there is a medication for them. I think they're just stressed, but I'm not an expert on that. But that way at least I can see what's going on rather than dying in the back of this tank and not even knowing it. But then I'm going to rip all these plants out of here, get that dirt out of here, and start over. And I think I'm going to, I don't know, I have different ideas, but that's the first step, is really to get this ripped out of here and get the tank, those fish in another tank. I'm not doing it today. I want to pre-plan everything, but I really wanted to show you guys what's going on with this tank and my decision making and why it's going to happen. I was going to add more filtration today. I was going to do all that, but really I don't want to spend all the time doing all this if this isn't what I want anymore. This is not going the way I like it anymore. It's not a pretty tank to me anymore. It's not anything like that. So it's time for a change with this tank, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. I have an idea. I have an idea with filtration. I have an idea with substrate. Well, the substrate is going to be gravel, to be honest with you. I found that to be the best substrate for me and my plants in my fish room. But from there, we'll make another video and show you guys me setting this one up, but that'll be probably in a few weeks. But anyway, this is my 20-gallon long, and it's probably be the last time you're going to see it as a dirted tank. I'll try to save some of these smaller crypts that have basically are runners of maybe some of these mother plants, and see if I can save them. That big one, it's just so thin. Like, look, it doesn't even look healthy. It's got holes in it. It's, like I said, it's thin. It's not even a full plant anymore. These are some Busphalandra black pearl that I stuck here on this rock probably like 2 or 3 months ago, just to see how they would run in here. They're not bad. I'll save those. I'll put those on somewhere in this tank after I reset it up. Otherwise, everything's gonna go. I'll get rid of the dorsage and everything, and then start all over afresh. And I think this will be, quite honestly, maybe a mini river tank. Maybe for my white clouds. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. I have different ideas, but that's the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that notification bell because I've got plenty more of this tank and other ones to come. It seems to be a never-ending cycle of changing things around in this fish room, but it's for me, I want to do things with my tanks that I'm happy with and that I enjoy. And I'm trying to find the scapes, the substrates, the perfect all around happiness to really keep these tanks for more than a few years at a time. This was a 6-year-old tank. I really haven't touched much in this tank in 6 years. So this has probably been the longest tank I had running without any major changes. Well, it's time. Let's change it. Let's just change the face of the channel too, I guess. We're getting away from dirt completely. So anyway, hit the subscribe button like I said. If not, I'll see you again next week here at Patty's Aquatics.
Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.